Heyo! Welcome to OmniBros Live on a Friday night. I'm OmniDog from OmniDog's Vault with Comics Guide Lou. Lou, how's it going?
Hello.
And we have a special guest, Tom King fanatic Jake from The Brave and the Boys.
Fanatic. well, honored to be here. I'm glad that I'm still considered a special guest and not a run-of-the-mill guest at this point. It's nice to still be special. And I was here before other people, but I won't name names.
I think you were here before both of us, both me and Lou.
I get stuck in waiting mode 10 minutes before I have an appointment, phone call, or live stream where I feel like I can't do anything.
What up, Javi? And Bunk's here. And back Cato. It was announced yesterday. Oh, yeah. Helen is getting a deluxe, which I just read in its standard hardcover. So, of course, it's getting a deluxe. I am waiting for a collected art of Tom King to be released. All those stick figures that are saying I'm sorry.
Well, he corrected me one time. He's actually an Eisner award-winning artist because he drew one panel in Mr. Miracle and it won an Eisner for art. So he's technically an Eisner winning artist.
Wow. Mike, yo, what up? Posing with Spider-Man there. Wow.
Actually, Spider-Man is posing with Mike.
Yeah, I agree. That's like the gamer Spider-Man outfit, right? That's
that looks like this PlayStation one.
Yeah, cool. James is here with whatever that is. Smothery Lion, what up? Kenny, how's it going? Whoops, Kenny, there you are. Munin, yep, buddy, good to see you. Jake, glad to see you again. Your return to YouTube will be awesome. Oh, wow. We haven't seen this guy in a long time. Asian Johnny Depp.
What's up, man? Nice to see you.
Good to see you. Hope everything's going all right. Yeah, it has been a long time since we've seen you. Like a year at least. What's up, Mink? Yeah. This is a topic that Jake knows a little bit about. TGIF, William Lee. Yeah. Hoping for at least one book above F tier.
That's the spirit, right?
Yeah. Is F the worst? Wait a minute. Let's see.
I don't think F is the worst. I think because this is an OmniBros show, there's something worse than F.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. What are all these?
So have you guys ever done one of these tier lists before? They're pretty fun.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah, I don't think I've ever run the stream. I haven't run a stream before doing it, but yeah, we can figure it out. Oh,
I mean, we are professional YouTubers, so we can figure everything out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Here's an explanation. Just had a kid. I'm broke. Okay.
Financially or emotionally?
Probably both.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
Oh, here's Belgian Ellen. Good evening from Belgium. This is my last free day, so I have the chance to join you tonight. I have to go back to work on Sunday.
Ooh.
Sorry, Belgian Ellen.
Sorry, bud.
So, Jake, is that a mini 4K TV behind your setup?
Are we at a point where 49 inches is considered mini? Like that? Okay, so I sold TV. I sold TVs for a living when I was younger. I sold them at Best Buy. That was my profession. So that has a high refresh rate for gaming. It has 4K at 120 hertz. It's 50 inches. It's actually not a bad TV, but I guess in comparatively to other screens, it's mini.
I don't think that's a mini. That's funny though. I think maybe it just looks that way. The perspective, kind of.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I haven't seen Jake in a while. I'm digging the Sam Elliott mustache he's got going on, man.
Oh, you haven't seen my Viltrumite era,
Yeah.
A lot of changes, man. This is also I moved a month ago, so it took about a month and a half to, dude. let me tell you, I think differently about my books having to have moved them. And they were upstairs at the last place, and they're upstairs at this place.
Oh yeah, you have a
It
come to Jesus moment. You have a very big come to Jesus moment when you start moving stuff around. Jess had his last year when he had to move his place.
There was one part when I was like, if all the boxes disappeared, would I be okay? I think I would be.
I was
just give me an iPad.
Kind of praying to get robbed at one point. I was like leaving the doors open.
Yet when I showed up at his house, he fleeced me. He checked my bags. He hit me with one of those metal protected wands at the airport that always go off, even though you swear you've taken all the metal off.
Jake, you remind me of a cop that would be on Walker, Texas Ranger, and not a good cop. You'd be like a dirty cop that, but he's trying to feed his family, so it's out of the goodness of his heart. That kind of cop.
Yeah. I take a little taste, but it's for the kids.
There you go. Yeah.
A little taste. Okay. Let's see. I just got the announcement. Tyler Kirkman art book on Kickstarter. Oh yeah, I saw that too. Anyone back any recent Kickstarters? Lady Mechanica. Yeah, I backed that one. And I backed the art of Michael Allred. And I think those are the only two that I'm in. Oh no, Lumberjanes. I just got noticed that they're actually pretty far along on that. For volume.
Are they from Clover?
9, 10. I think 4 more volumes.
Are they all from different publishers, or were they from Clover? Because I know Clover did some of those art books. Clover Press.
Oh yeah, they're doing the Mike. I think they're doing the Tyler Kirkman one, and they did the Michael Allred one, the Russell Dowderman one, and then
I got the Alex Maleev one, and I got I don't remember now. I feel like bad that I don't remember the other ones I got, but I know one of them was Alex Maleev.
Yeah, no, moving is hell.
It was hard too, because like I work from home, which added a layer of like being surrounded by boxes. And then when my wife would get home, like me being like, I gotta get out of the house, like, because I've just been here with boxes all day long, trying to do work, but not making progress. So it was, because I've never moved a house before. I've always moved a room, which isn't that bad. And I never got why people said moving was hard.
Yeah.
I moved in with one calyx to my girlfriend's place.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
That's actually a good sign. It means
that's not even that many, right?
Like the rest of us.
It's just I have a good baseline. I have a foundation of a library.
Do you see why I got rid of most of my stuff and went digital for comics?
Because you're a smarter man than me.
And me.
I do not regret that decision. Although moving day is going to bite me in the ass when I have to move all these movies.
You do have a lot of movies.
That's gonna be.
I have a movie gripe right now. Okay, so we had a theater at our last place. So projector, 4K projector, good quality, and I bought a good 4K player, but I didn't spring for the Panasonic with Dolby Vision because my projector doesn't have Dolby Vision, and I figured I'll never need it. Now at the new place, the downstairs is vaulted ceiling, so there's no way to make the projector work. So the projector's in our bedroom, and we're back to using the OLED as our main TV. And now I don't want to use the 4K player because it doesn't do Dolby Vision. But I don't want to spend all that money on a new 4K player. So like, what do I do?
You spend all that money on the 4K player because it's worth it.
Well, what do I do with my old 4K player?
You pawn it or you sell it to somebody.
You pawn it.
Yeah, man, you pawn it. Listen. You know
Jake,
how many?
Have you ever been in a pawn shop?
I think I bought a fake sword when I was in junior high. Like one of those rooms where like they do like knock on like the metal and it's like it opens up, and I was like, wow, like why are there so many VHSs? Like, do people still use those? And then I was like, oh my god, swords! And I bought like a fake samurai sword. A pretty peak junior high moment.
I think it was 1984. I bought a set of golf clubs in one.
Oh my gosh, that poor man. He probably got caught taking a taste somewhere else, and his wife pawned his clubs.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, I'm in my 20s. In my 20s, I would frequent the pawn shops very frequently. I would go out to flea markets and stuff like that. just because money was really tight. And I would try and get stuff at flea markets and try to flip them at the pawn shop with very little success, mind you. I am not one of those guys that shows up on
Gary
those,
V, who's that guy that always goes to the yard sales and buys. He's like, you can sell this on eBay.
I'm not one of those dudes that goes to the storage lockers at 6 a.m. and goes, yeah, I'm gonna bet on this random storage locker because it looks like it's got a bunch of good shit. No, I had to do that for quite a while because money was very tight. My 20s were very interesting.
Most people's 20s are.
Yeah. What? How do pawn shops work? Actually, anyway, I mean, you got your wife's diamond ring that she can't find, so you take it in because you need money because you lost money at the track.
Because usually it's a loan, right? Like, I think what it is like I give you my golf clubs, you give me X amount of money, but if I pay you back in time, I get the clubs back. And then if you don't pay them back in time, they sell it.
So
right?
I have actually never pawned anything. I've only sold. Either. I've never been down that bad, but I have sold things. When you sell something to a pawn shop, it's a bunch of paperwork you get to fill out and everything like that, saying, hey, you haven't stolen the item, blah, 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 blah. They do the fingerprinting and all this other stuff. So you have to do fingerprinting.
That's intense.
It's not that bad. Pawning is, my understanding is you give them the item, they give you cash, and then you have to pay it back, right, Jess? Is that?
I think it's a loan. Like, it's a loan, and if you don't pay it back, they get the item.
Yeah, I've never pawned. I've never done that.
Yeah, I've only bought from pawn shops and just those golf clubs. So I I think Jake's right. I don't know what I'm saying, Matt. I just made it up as I was going along.
Should we chat your wife on Facebook and say hide the wedding rings right now? Like, my gosh.
There is there's pawn shop. That was like a popular reality show, right?
They got popular again. American Pawn was one of them. They got popular because they got really good at clipping them on TikTok or Instagram, and like they had a resurgence because of those clips out of context on social media, which is
all those pawn shows are bullshit. They're all fake.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's
they
no
are
way.
So staged.
They are?
Yes, they are so staged. Gabe had somebody that he worked because Gabe lives in Vegas. He knew somebody that went on one of those shows as like a comic book authority, and all that shit is staged.
Oh, he was the comic book authority?
No. He had one of his coworkers when he worked at the comic book shop went on the show. He showed me the clip. He was actually on the show, and it's all bullshit. Like, all of it is staged. They already have people picked out. It's all a bunch of fucking lies. It's just entertainment, but it's garbage.
He's like, I've watched hundreds of hours, but it's garbage.
The only one I ever saw was in my college years. I did dive into Pawn Stars just because it was something that I could throw on while I was working on something else.
Jack is saying it's in Vegas. Maybe that's the one.
Gabe's, his coworker was on Pawn Stars.
Okay. Well, I know I used to watch Comic Book Men on AMC.
Mm-hmm.
And that had to be all of it was like completely staged. There were no, random customers just happened to stroll in there with a $10,000 book or that guy Robert Bruce that they used to have come in. He lived like 3 hours away, and they'd say, "Oh, cereal boxes. Yeah, let's call Robert," and he'd be there.
Wait,
not quite. I don't think.
You're telling me that TV and the internet is all a lie?
Most of life is.
I have to go make some calls.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hondo, what up? Heyo, I backed pre-code horror reprints that are, to borrow from OmniDog, so boss. Nice. Earth Geo, I have books, action figures, physical horror media, physical video games, tarantula pets. I need to desperately downsize.
I know what I downsize first, but no offense to your pets. Like, peace and love, that's something I'm not good with bugs.
No, my roommate in college had one, and he was always threatening to like set it loose in my bed, but they're notoriously fragile, and he loved that spider. I said, dude, if you put it in my bed, I will kill it. So make your choice. I'm not James Bond. It's not like I'm gonna freak out and smash that thing. So
Yeah,
he never did it.
No, I'm not good with bugs.
Johnny Depp, random question. Are they gonna reprint Usagi Yojimbo Saga hardcovers? I don't think so, but also I feel like we're in unprecedented times with books.
mm-hmm.
If this was 2015, I'd say absolutely not.
Yeah, you're missing the most important part of that question, by the way.
Oh, you're looking good, Lou.
Thank you. Just feed the ego a little bit
the
there.
same, looking good, bro.
Feed the ego. I've got a little bit more crow's feet, a little bit more white hair, because of my kid.
It's part of that question.
What I want is them to finally reprint the compendium of Volume 9. We still haven't had a reprint of that. They've reprinted 1 through 8 and Legends.
Compendiums?
So for the Usagi, they redid the hardcovers as compendiums.
Oh.
I can show you them side by side. But they haven't done the 9th one yet, which is the last one. So they've done 1 through 8 and Legends, but they haven't done 9 yet.
I've never read any Usagi. None. And everybody says, "Oh, you'd enjoy it. You'd enjoy it." I've never read any of it.
I read Volume 1 in 2015, and I haven't read anything since then.
So but these are the hardcovers.
Yeah. You have that limited edition hardcover, right, Jess?
He has all 10 of them.
I have everything.
Ooh, lucky man.
That's the story of when I was first going out looking for stuff for people. This was 2015 for the Facebook group. And I went, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to the south to this small comic store I had never been to. And I found some stuff there. And then at the very last minute, I had already paid and I was leaving and I saw this book wrapped in plastic just sitting on these other comic books. And I looked at it and it said, Usagi Yojimbo Saga Volume 1. And I was like, that book sounds familiar. I wonder I wonder if it's the same book. So I looked it up on eBay, of course, because I had no idea what it was. And I was like, oh, whoa, maybe I better get this book. And the guy goes, oh, this is my boss's favorite book. Nobody pays attention to it. It's been sitting there forever. I'll give you 20% off on that.
Oh my God.
So I got it at cover minus 20%, but I didn't flip it. I still have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably my greatest find in the wild.
That's crazy.
On.
I wonder if that dude is still working at that store after that.
Well, it was his boss's favorite book, and it was just sitting there. And that's the one, I think that's the only one, the first one, that didn't come shrink wrapped. That's why they had it in plastic.
Huh.
It didn't come shrink wrapped. So
I got mine for a good price because it has like a light coffee stain on the bottom, which doesn't affect the reading at all. Do you see like that little splotch?
Let's see. Let me highlight you here. And we
That's
can
not
see
that
more.
bad.
See that little...
Oh, wow. That tiny little thing there? I don't even think I would have noticed it if you hadn't pointed it out.
The person sold it to me for like a killer price because of that. And then I was like, you know what? I was like talking with my wife. I was like, do I go down the rabbit hole of trying to hunt the rest of them? And it's like, why would you do that when these are like $20? You know what I mean? Versus thousands. So I'd be okay with mixing formats.
So that compendium right there has all of Volume 1 in it?
So they reprinted these hardcovers as paperback compendiums, and they're completely the same. So Volume 1, all the way. So it's Volumes 1 through 9, and then the one called Legends.
But you see, there's one that hasn't come out yet.
They did. This is the second print run of them. They've never done Volume 9 in the reprint yet. So like we've been waiting. I think it might come out next year or something like that, and then they would have reprinted all of the compendiums.
So my question to you two, and the chat, because Jess says he hasn't read it. is this stuff actually good? Is it worth it, or is it more the scarcity and like people really want it because it's hard to get? Or is this kind of like a ROM situation where nostalgia is like clouding people's judgment?
So the price of the hardcovers is due to scarcity. The fact that they're signed and numbered is what makes them so, and the fact that they were said to never be reprinted. As for the stories, the one that I enjoyed the most, Fantagraphics did a 2-volume box set of like the stuff that's not collected in those hardcovers, and that to me was really enjoyable. But it's like it's just like a good positive samurai bunny that goes on like one-off adventures and like does the right thing, and it's like you can read them in any order, you know, and like it just feels like very like a TV show like from back in the day, like some samurai show. It's good, it's really good, and one guy does all of it. But I would say buy the compendiums for $20 versus spending $500 for a hardcover version of the exact same thing. It's even the same trim size.
Ryan, you know Ryan Sace, right, Lou? You remember him?
Yes.
It's his favorite series of all time.
Oh, awesome. Ryan's got good taste. Yeah, Ryan has genuinely good taste.
Yeah.
It's Mitch's, if you guys know OmniBuddy, it's Mitch's favorite series of all time.
There you go, Lou.
Thank you.
There you go.
That probably splits. Nate's like, now I don't like it anymore.
So yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I just haven't. I read that volume that I got, and then which was 10 years ago. I need to start all over again and read it all.
I wish it was in color. It's all black and white because it's just like one guy's drawings and one guy writes the story. But I'm better with color in my comics.
So did it originally come with color, or is it a black and white comic?
Always been black and white.
Okay, cool. That's what I want to know. All right.
Here's what it looks like if you want to see an image of the art.
And there's not like a Walking Dead version where they're just recoloring everything out. Right? I don't have a problem. No, I don't have a problem with black and white comics. I have no issue with it.
I don't either.
Yeah, I think if the format is what the format is, then yeah. I was just wondering if they kind of did the recoloring option, which I have seen some of the recoloring they've done on those Walking Dead comics, and I think that actually looks pretty good. They did a good job on them.
The recent Usagi stories are in color.
I thought they had colored some for Dark Horse, or is somebody saying that in the chat? I'm way behind.
That's what Cedric and Ellen and Alon said.
Okay, wait. Oh, Alon. Oh, the recent Usagi stories are in color. The current stuff has color. Okay. Whoops. Let's see. I have read half of Usagi set. That's as much as I've read. Did you enjoy it, Fifth of Jack? Munin says it is fun. Also, Munin is getting a doggy tomorrow. What kind of doggy are you getting, Munin? I talk to him in Discord a lot.
Aw. Please tell me it's not a Chow Chow. Oh my God, it's a Chow Chow. Don't do that to yourself. I love all dogs. I love all dogs, but Chow Chows.
I'm not even sure I know what a Chow Chow is.
They are little demons from hell. Is what
okay, now I know.
It's not a Pomeranian, or is they're different?
I would deal with a Pomeranian any day of the week versus dealing with a Chow Chow. Fuck that.
Hey,
they look cuter.
Let's see.
Oh, they look cuter than a Pomeranian.
That dog you hate?
That dog looks like he has no problems with anybody, man.
Yeah, oh, you don't know.
That's the embodiment of peace and love in a dog I've ever seen.
Oh, dude, you don't know. Well, maybe it's because we used to fuck with it on the way home, on the way to school every day. That could be. But
now I forgive you.
Look at that face.
I forgive you.
So I was probably in 5th grade, and on the way to school, me and my friends, we would pass by, and they would always have a Chow Chow on the front lawn, and it was a gated thing. And we would go, we'd do the stick thing on the fence, and the Chow Chow would freak out and bark and everything like that. And eventually, one day, we didn't realize, the gate's open, and we started fucking with the gate, and the Chow Chow escaped, and we just went, oh, shit. And the Chow Chow just went running after us, and we hauled ass to school. We never found it after that. It chased us all the way to school.
Did it
And it
ever
got out?
home?
It got out. They left the gate open, and the Chow Chow. We were idiots.
Oh, I thought you said you opened the gate and then it chased you.
No,
I was on the dog side for a second.
No. No, we weren't that stupid. The gate was open. We didn't realize it was open, and so when we were fucking with the little gate and everything like that, we turn around and the fucking Chow Chow is behind us and he's chasing us.
Oh, wow. Juice Dragons is here. Nice to see you. Oh, here's Samantha. What up, Samantha? Where are you right now?
Did I tell you
someplace exotic?
I ran into Jewish Dragon at the last convention I went to.
Oh yeah,
nice. He's awesome. He's such a sweet guy.
We stood in the Mark Wade line. He held the sign that said "Line starts here."
He's gonna be at Heroes Con.
Rad.
I've had some bad experiences with dogs in my life. I love dogs. I've had some bad experience. I've had a chunk taken out of here before. I think I've told that on here, right?
I think so. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. I still remember it because it was the night that a video game that I wanted was going to be released. Now, it was a midnight release. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm all hyped up for it. I get home, and then there's this lady who's probably wafer thin. Couldn't have been a $1.20, $1.10 soaking wet. And she has this fucking pit bull who she can't control. It was a pit bull I think it was like a Rottweiler or something like that. She couldn't control the fucking dog at the end of the day. So she's holding the dog, and the dog's freaking out. And so the dog eventually lunges at me. I step back, and the dog just takes a chunk right here. And I'm like, oh, shit, this sucks. I run upstairs. I take off my shirt, and I just see blood, and I go, oh, that's not good. I peel back the shirt, and it's literally a chunk of skin is hanging out of this bag. Wow. And I'm like, oh, that's really not good. I run downstairs, and the lady's freaking out downstairs. And I just look at the lady and go, lady, look, I just need to know, does the dog have all his shots? And she's freaking the hell out. She's like, oh my God. And I'm like, lady, shut up. Does the dog have all his shots? I need to know this before I run to the hospital. She was unresponsive. She was freaking out. So I hop in the car. I go to the urgent care. And the lady at the front desk is like, yeah, just take a seat. And I'm like, I'm bleeding. She goes, yeah, just take a seat. So I'm sitting down. Blood is coming down and it's starting to like coalesce on my white shirt that I'm wearing. And everybody's just like around me. So then after 15 minutes, I stand up and I go, lady, take a look at my shirt. And she goes, oh my God. And she sends me back where the doctor is waiting to see me. He gives me a bunch of shots and stuff like that in the area. They stitch me up. And I was like, fuck it. I can't wait for this video game. What I didn't know was the medication of the shots or whatever they gave me fucked me up. I was messed up the rest of the night.
Oh, was it pain meds?
I have no clue. They literally gave me a shot inside of where the wound was.
Yeah, that's the anesthesia. That's the Novocaine, where they go all around it and then they go right in the middle of it.
Oh, dude.
And they think you're numb. Yeah, I've had plenty of experiences with that.
Right. And so I'm driving there and I'm like, I don't feel well. I stood in line for the whole thing. I looked like shit. I ended up coming back home and just passing out.
Did you get the game?
I did get the game.
Oh, okay. That's what we care about.
I looked terrible in the line from all accounts.
What game was it?
Yeah, I was just gonna
Mass Effect 3.
It was what?
Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
How long ago was this? Last year?
I was in college. No.
Okay. I know.
My wife would never let me do that now. No, she would be like, you sit your ass down.
Yeah.
I like dogs, but not the ones that look like they pump iron or bodybuilder dogs. You know what I mean? When they look like they bench more than me.
I have a request, by the way. If anybody has a lead on a Switch 2 before the release this Friday, please get at me and let me know because I really want to get one. That's all.
I think Dom of X got his. Did Gio get his?
I'm pretty sure all of them got it, but I missed the pre-order, and now I'm like, I'm going to try my luck on Friday. But if anybody has a lead on an extra one or anything like that, and you wouldn't mind letting me know, I'd appreciate it.
If I had one, I'd sell it to you like I sold you my first one. That's right. I sold you my first Switch, and then I ended up buying it again because of the pandemic.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
I feel like I'm okay waiting until the next Smash Bros gets announced. You know what I mean? Like I've always been an early adopter with Nintendo consoles, but like this time, I guess I just felt like I don't play much anymore, so I'd wait until there's a new Smash.
I want it for Mario Kart because I love Mario Kart, and that's really they hooked me with Mario Kart. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 years, and I'm still waiting to play Mario Party with Gio, alleged friend of mine. How I don't know why we can't get this. Gio, I'm summoning your name so you show up in the chat and explain yourself.
We the Mike in the chat, we did a virtual double date the other night where we video chatted with him and our wives, and we played Mario Party together. It was pretty fun.
What
I've offered to help. I've offered to help, man.
I know. Okay, I'll ambush Gio on Monday, and I'll just say, listen, let's get going here. That game's 2 years old now. I think there's a brand new one out.
There is a new one. I hate Mario Party. Mario Party's isn't it all luck? Like, I feel like there's no skill to Mario Party. Like,
I just I haven't played in so long. Yeah, you're just rolling the dice cubes, right?
Yeah. It never goes in my favor.
Joey from Down Under, welcome here. Usagi is one of my favorite series. It's a must read. Great art and great story. And is Mike the one you said you had a double date with? What's your shirt, Jake?
It's a Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow shirt.
Oh, can you wait? Let me focus on you here. Wait. There we go. Oh, on Comet.
Mm-hmm. I figured it was a fitting shirt today to wear for our topic.
Did you make that yourself, or was it from DC?
I did make it. No, none of their merch is this good.
Yeah, that looks good. Let's see. Oh yeah, Comic Book Men, The Secret Stash. A friend of Patty's is from New Jersey. It's in Red Bank, right? And she got me. This is back when it was on 10 years ago. And your buddy, the artist for Widening Gyre, Lou, is the one that works there. He's the head. He's the boss of the store.
He should never draw anything else again in his life. He should be barred from buying a Crayola set.
90% of reality is going to be staged. Yeah, that show, I did enjoy it for at least 3 or 4 seasons. I would have to go to the Secret Stash. Big Kevin Smith fan. To current stuff. Oh, here's Kane. What up? Good to see you, Kane. The current stuff from Dark Horse. Okay, here's actually a good question for both of us, Lou. We just talked about Batman Ego day before yesterday.
Okay.
But Kenny's asking us how good it is, and is it like a film noir?
I enjoy Batman Ego, but again, it's been a very long time since I've read it. Darwin Cook was still alive when I read that book. And 2, it is not a traditional Batman story. It's more him dealing with, God, I haven't read that in a long time. Psychologically, who he is, and it's really introspective. I think it's the best way to put
it. Does Darwin Cook wrote and illustrated it?
Yes.
You know, I thought I had it in that solo book, but I'm trying to think where, because I swear that I've read it a couple times before.
It's in a separate deluxe edition.
Just Ego and
so there's
Batman
Ego
story.
and Other Tales is one deluxe edition, which I think has the Selena's big score in it, if I'm not mistaken. And then the other one is Solo, which is like different creators all did a portion, but there is some Darwin in Solo.
Oh, but it's not Ego?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Because I felt like forever that I've had it.
Here, let me grab what I have.
Some other collection, and then I haven't been able to find it. It's supposed to be great, Kenny.
This is the one that's being reprinted, which is Batman Ego.
Oh yeah.
Batman Ego, Batman the Spirit, and Selena's Big Score, and short stories from Batman Black and White. It has what's in Solo, the Darwin Cook portion that's in Solo, and Harley Quinn. But Solo has a bunch of different stories written and drawn by different people. But the Darwin thing in Solo is also in Batman Ego.
Okay.
I've never read Solo. I've never read that collection of comics.
Yeah, it's actually got a lot of really good stuff in it. I thought that I, for some reason, had it's a collection of stories. And here's some Darwin Cook stuff that's in it. Okay, so I feel like I must have it over different collections. Yeah, Kenny, it's really good. It's not like, well, the Selena stories like film noir.
Yeah. Honestly, that was like him writing a Parker story before he had, like, even the guy that like teaches her how to, like, her mentor, his name's Stark in that. Like, it was like that's awesome, and that needs an absolute.
I've got a hot take.
Oh yeah. Wait, let me get the hot take banner back up. Let's hear your hot take.
I don't like Paul Pope's art. It's not for
Paul
me.
Pope.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his art. It's not for me. I tried reading Batman Year 100 once. Didn't care for it. I don't like the art.
I should be able to pull it up. I'm going to stop that sentence right there and not even finish it. I should be able to find the book. Where is that?
But then again, I'm also not a fan of Jay Lee's art, so don't take my opinion on art or anything.
I feel like I really remember really liking Year 100, but I also haven't read it forever. But I mean, I liked it enough to keep it.
I think that it's a unique art style, and it's not meant for everybody to like. I didn't think it was my style when they announced the reprint of it or the deluxe that's coming out. I was like, I'm not sure if I'm crazy about this art style. But then all these people came at me because, like, they're like, oh, it's stylized, like it's supposed to look like that. Like, I can't believe you don't love it. And it's like, I think some things are so unique that they're not meant for the masses and everyone to love, you know. I think that's okay.
Jeff Lemire has an art style that some people would disagree and wouldn't care for. I love Sweet Tooth. I like Sweet Tooth.
I love Sweet Tooth. But yeah, that's definitely a style you need to get used to. I think that's the same with Matt Kint's art too. So it's its own thing. Oh, there's Batman Year 100.
Yeah, Mind Management. Mind Management is great, and Matt Kint's art style really lends to it, but it's not for everybody.
Yeah. That was the first thing I ever read by him.
Mind Management got weird.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I can see how you don't dig some of this stuff. It's all very loose kind of brushwork.
See, it's the kind of thing, though, where Taylor Talks Comics could give me a 45-minute long PowerPoint and all the references in the art and why it's actually amazing. And I'd be like, you're right. I get it now. Like, I didn't like Batman, The Dark Knight 2 or whatever, Dark Knight Strikes Again or whatever. And he sat me down on stream, had a PowerPoint presentation, and
you know, yeah. How do you feel about Widening Gyre, though?
I should get Taylor to read that.
You haven't read? Oh, he hasn't. Jake, you haven't read Widening Gyre?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you've got. Oh, my sweet summer child, you have homework this week.
Widening Gyre and Cacophony. I wonder if that was my first root beer bath. Those two books.
Listen, okay, you've got homework. Go to your local library, pawn shop, or 50-cent bin at your local comic book store. They'll be handing these things out. Go ahead and grab Kevin Smith's Widening Gyre or Cacophony.
Yeah.
Grab both, because you need both of them to get the full context of the story that is being told there. And you got homework. All right, let us know how it turned out for you.
I like Kevin Smith, but honestly, like I haven't been a fan of the comics of his that I've read. Like his, I didn't like his. Yeah. But sometimes I feel like people are okay with like Kevin Smith doing mediocre work because he's Kevin Smith, and they feel like he's like one of us, and it's like no, he's a creator. Like some of his stuff, I just feel like he'll purposely make something shitty, and then he'll take it on tour, and people will like pay $50 for a ticket and like 20 minutes of him talking after the movie. And I'm like, he's like he used to make really great stuff. I don't know what happened, but you say that, and the Kevin Smith fans attack you.
I like him as a person. Everything that I've seen from Kevin Smith is that he genuinely seems like he's a really cool dude. But yeah, his creative stuff. I mean, I love Dogma. I love Clerks 1, 2. I still haven't seen Clerks 3. I actually really enjoy Tusk. I really enjoy Tusk.
Tusk I like and is underrated, but the other one in that, like the Yoga Hosers, is garbage, dude.
I haven't seen it. Like I like Red State. Yeah, Red State was really good. I like that one.
I like Chasing Amy, even though I feel like it doesn't hold up well anymore.
I haven't seen it. I need to see Chasing Amy.
He's a comic book artist, right?
No, he's a director that wrote some comic books.
No, I mean the character in Chasing Amy.
Oh yes, yeah.
What's his name? Ben Affleck.
Yeah. He plays a guy named Holden something. He's a comic book artist.
Yeah, I have seen Clerks, but I think that's about it.
Dogma's good. I really like Dogma.
I tried to show my wife Dogma the other day because I remember loving it, and I just feel like she's not a Kevin Smith like she doesn't like things that are overtly inappropriate or whatever. And just like 20 minutes into a Jason Mewes monologue about like stuff she doesn't like, I was like, yeah, this isn't the right movie for me to watch with her.
Probably not.
Anything with Jason Mewes is a disaster. I
think you're not far off from the truth.
I mean, I'm proud of his sobriety now, but you know.
Oh, I didn't know that he had that. Good for him.
Oh yeah, for a few years now.
Good for him. That's good. Now, don't ever act again. Just concentrate on your sobriety for the rest of your life. Chows can be kind of aggressive. They were bred as guard dogs way back when.
Especially when some punk kids are messing with his gate.
Yeah, running the stick along the fence.
He probably told the pit bull about you. You know, he was like
when you're an 8-year-old little shit, you really don't think about that. You're just like, yeah, the dog's barking, and then oh no, the dog's loose.
Did you have to get rabies shots?
Yeah, they called it the Ozzy Osbourne.
So they gave me a cocktail. I believe one of them was a rabies shot because remember, I didn't know. She was not giving me anything when I asked her about if the dog had his shots.
Yeah.
So they gave me a cocktail of a whole bunch of stuff. I think they gave me some kind of painkiller because they stitched me up, and then they gave me the rabies shot. And that's probably why I was messed up the rest of the day.
This is like the scene in Jaws where everyone's showing off their scars, but from dog bites. Yeah. Local anesthesia doesn't work on me. Well, it doesn't work or works many hours later. Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good.
No. 2012 for Mass Effect 3. It's 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Back Cato here. Good to see you. Legend has it that lady is still deciding how to answer Lou's question about the dog's shots. Love Mass Effect. Love Mass Effect. My daughter and I play Mario Party on the Switch. Yeah, I may just have to start playing with my daughter.
I'm sitting right here. I've offered to play Mario Party on multiple occasions.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take you up on it because Gio's just.
I just feel like I owe you because I made you play Stardew Valley with me once. You know.
I was hopeful of it. I do love the soundtrack. It's my favorite.
That soundtrack is so good.
Here's a good question asked by Samantha Jane. What have you guys been reading lately?
Well, I talked about this 2 nights ago. I was reading Wonder Woman. I'm still going through Tom King's Wonder Woman. I've been digging that. I read volume 2 of Ultimate Spider-Man. I like that. I finished the book The Devils, which I absolutely loved.
Oh, that was a crazy good description. Everybody in the chat wanted to buy that book.
Oh, The Devils is fantastic. I fucking love that book. Oh my God.
I can see why.
That was so much fun. And yeah, that's kind of what I've been reading. It hasn't changed too much in the last 48 hours. I've been super busy.
Let's see. I read Danger Street by Tom King. I read Helen of Windhorn by Tom King. What else have I read? Oh, I need to go to. I feel like I go to my Goodreads and I just say I'm reading everything. I haven't finalized anything in there. Like I read it and then rate it in forever. Suicide Squad. I read that. But Suicide Squad, the New 52 Omnibus. Then I read all that Tinian Batman stuff. I feel like that's pretty much it. Birds of Prey Volume 2, that was awesome.
That's a lot of he's like, that's it, but that's a lot of stuff you've read recently, man. Those are like you're casually throwing out like, yeah, all of Suicide Squad, New 52, all of Batman by Tinian. That's a lot, man.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a lot. I really did. Oh, Batman Dark Age. That was great.
I want to read that.
Yeah. Zatanna Bring Down the House. That was really good. I need to start. I haven't put any of these books in, so I have zero out of the. I have no progress whatsoever on the books that I in Goodreads. I haven't read anything apparently.
I had to give up on Goodreads because it made reading feel like a chore to me. Like having and I just feel like if I read something and I don't remember that I read it, then I don't need it for a video or a review or something. Like if I read something, I should remember it because it should stick with me, I guess kind of how I've been feeling this year. Because last year, like I got close to my goal and then I was like, but I felt like I failed. And I was like, no, I read a ton last year. I think I just set too lofty of a goal. But I also read Danger Street recently. I read all of Tom King's Wonder Woman, all of Absolute Wonder Woman, and I started. I think I forget what the first one is. What's the first Mark Waid one? Irredeemable, Incorruptible, Evil Superman one.
Yeah.
And I started the Fantastic Four by Mark Waid because the Irredeemable one was too depressing. I got like 4 issues in, and I'm like, this is bumming me out. I need something happier.
It's got the greatest ending in comics, man.
Really, I'll stick. I got to stick with it then. I just ordered the compendiums.
He takes you through an incredible ride in that book. I haven't
Wonder Woman. Both Wonder Womans. It was so crazy because both are so good in different ways between Absolute Wonder Woman and Tom King's Wonder Woman. Also, Lou, how far are you in Tom King's Wonder Woman?
I have just read volume 1, and I talked about I talked about it on Wednesday, how I absolutely loved it and how much of a surprise it was for me that it was so much into politics. I did not expect that.
So here's what I'll say. Volume 3 just came out last week, right? So I had read volume 2. Volume 1, everything happens at a breakneck speed. It's so fast. It builds, has this giant climax. Volume 2 meanders. Like one of the issues is Superman and Wonder Woman are like trying to find a birthday gift for Batman in space. Like, I love that stuff. Yeah, no, I love it. But reading volume 1 straight into volume 2, it's like flashback of like Wonder Woman talking to her girls and like it's all so good, but you're just like chomping at the bits because volume 1 ends on such a crazy cliffhanger and you're like, when are we going to get back to that? Volume 2 meanders and gives you context and background to the world. And then volume 3 ties it all in together perfectly, finishes everything, but then sets up so much more. So I think you should really try to read 2 and 3 close together because I think it reads. If I had read all 3 of those together, I think it would have been a much better experience, because I think a lot of readers dropped out in volume 2 because they didn't they didn't like the ride he was taking them on. You know what I mean? Because it was so different from volume 1. But it really, all that stuff pays off in volume 3, and it's just so good.
My question. So here's a question, because I did finish volume 1, and this was a new concept, at least to me. Darkseid's daughter, is that new, or has that been around for a while?
That's from New 52, right? Wasn't she in like New 52?
Was
Grail?
she?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Grail, the Darkseid's daughter. She's like a great. I mean, I guess Darkseid's great, but
Was that from
yeah,
New 52? I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Wasn't it from like? Wasn't she like in like Darkseid wartime? Chat, let us know when did Grail appear? You only Google Grail's first appearance. She's not original.
Huh.
First appearance. So Grail appeared in Justice League Volume 2, number 6. And she reappears. Yeah, so she was in her first full appearance was Justice League number 41 in New 52. So she's the New 52 character.
Oh, God, I don't. She's not memorable to me.
I mean,
I don't remember.
How would you imagine Darkseid's daughter being? You know, she looks like Darkseid, but kind of hot, and she likes to fight.
That's
yeah, this is true.
Like you're like there's a level of beers where you're like, I know your dad's scary, but you want to come over.
She looks like Rhea Ripley. She actually, I was reading and I was like,
oh
my
really?
God. She looks. There's a panel where I'm not crazy. I'm like, she looks a lot like Rhea Ripley here.
Wait, that's in Wonder Woman?
The end of volume 1.
Right. Okay.
We're gonna send you an image of Grail.
Drop the building on her and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she does look like Rhea Ripley. Okay. Yes.
I don't know who that is. Do I have more homework?
Samantha can tell you who that is. Okay,
I'm
yeah.
Context with the wrestling thing.
Darkseid's daughter. Who's the mother, though?
I don't remember.
Grail. Yeah. Okay, she's cool. What's this? This thing has 40,000 characters.
Just click on it.
Sent me. Okay, wait a second. Okay, let's show everybody who Grail is.
And then, can I see a photo of who you says she looks like?
Of what?
Can I see a photo of that Rhea Ripley? Because I don't know what that looks like.
Oh. Let me blow this up a little. It looks like
Darkseid, but kind of hot.
Yeah. That Rhea Ripley looks just like that.
Hey man, 20-year-old me that made a lot of bad choices in his life. Sure.
Dude, she'd probably bite you harder than that pit bull, bro.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Darkseid's daughter explained. Still reading Batman and Robin Adventures, Omni. I assume you're loving it. Oh yeah, the Marvel prose novel. If What a Float, it's really good. The author had an amazing grasp on the characters and their dialogue and actions or something.
I read my first prose novel this year. I wanted to be like, when I had Tom on the second time, I wanted to read his novel and ask him a good question about his novel. And he goes, yeah, my novel. I don't make a penny off that anymore. Next question. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
I was like, I was like, I wish I would have known that before I read the novel.
Ooh, salt. All right, steer away from that.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this from? My choices are She-Hulk, Herbie. What is this?
Oh, there was a previous chat where he said that if they created a Baxter Building Lego set, who would you want the minifigures to be?
Okay. Do we want to start our tiering?
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, let's get this going. I'm gonna load.
Oh, I want to get this Belgian Ellen Tower of Shadows. Yeah, I really want to get that.
I'm on a little bit of a time crunch, but it's not.
Let's see. Create a Tom King OmniBros tier list. Okay, let's see if how that looks. Okay. Why is that annoying ad right there? Get out of here.
That's because it's a free site, so we just gotta. There should be an X button, or we just gotta embrace it for the 20 seconds.
So wait, tell me how we're doing this.
So essentially, we can do it in different ways. One way to do a tier list is we go together and we create one list together of what we think. Like we debate it. What you do is you drag it there, or we just do our own personal ones. But what you would do is, so the first book I think is Batman: The Winning Card. If you guys have read that, we can talk about it, place it where we think it goes, and then basically like say we have one on a B, right? And then we're like, oh, Vision's a B, you know, Vision's better than that. We can move something down. So they're not permanent placements. You can move them up and down as needed, you know, but we would try to come to a consensus on what we think the ranking of his books, or we can just go through one at a time and we put where we rank them individually, you know, whatever you guys think is more fun.
Let's just work on it together. I think
that's faster and more fun.
Okay, so here's all his books.
Click on one and see if you can drag it.
I also am realizing I have not read as much Tom King as I thought. There's been a lot of stuff.
I told you there was a lot.
Holy crap.
You know, there is a lot, and it's okay. I haven't read everything. I literally got one that I was supposed to read today before the stream, and then I just had husband duties all day long.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you can put there, and then you can move them higher or lower.
Is this where S tier became a thing?
I think this. Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. Let's see. How does this look? Let me see if I can
close it. Yeah, close that Safeway pop up though. Like, see the X's on that vitamin thing. Close the. Dude, we gotta get you an ad blocker, my man. You don't have an ad blocker?
I don't.
There we go. Oh, never mind.
Oh my god! Here, you want me to do it, man? Since I have ad blocker.
No, wait. There. Okay,
He's got it. There we go.
Accept ads by Google.
Click stop seeing this ad.
Stop seeing this ad. Okay.
And then click anything. It doesn't matter.
We'll try
and then it should close out. now you can click the X. Oh God, man, you need an ad blocker. Okay,
I know.
Let's move on. Okay, off the bat, I'm gonna say Supergirl Woman of the Tomorrow. If one Tom King book is in S tier, it has to be that one. That's the DC book that is getting his first compact classic. It's getting its own movie. I think for most
it'll get an absolute. We all know it's getting an absolute at some point, right? It has to.
Kane's yelling at me, get an ad blocker. I didn't actually. This is OmniBros, so OmniBros, get an ad blocker.
It's your website, man. It'd be wait, let me go watch. If I go to the link, I don't think I have any ads because I have an ad blocker. Yeah, mine no ads whatsoever.
So I think I also agree. Supergirl's S tier.
Okay. Was Vision you put it there as practice, or do you think Vision is also S tier?
I
do. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I think it's A.
Yeah, I think it's A or B. I think we put it in A for now, but depending on what else goes in A, maybe it goes down to B. But it's definitely, I mean, look, how much of that influenced WandaVision? How much of that is going to influence the Vision Quest show? And my favorite thing ever is like when the son's too into Mozart, and it's like, or like, dude, it's so good how he plays with humanity and that stuff. But it's also Marvel.
Yeah, well, the thing is with Vision is Vision was kind of a breath of fresh air, I think, for the character, because like, oh, this is a character that is kind of trying to move past his past relationship, but he's not really dealing with the grief of it in the most healthy way and what that means. And we get introduced to Viv and the family and his wife, and how that all plays out, and it's actually really tragic at the end. Yeah, I think it's A. Simply because of the quality of the other stuff that he's got on this list is.
Yeah.
And I love Vision. I just think he's also had stuff that is just a notch, just a smidge above Vision that's better.
Like, you could tell that, like, that, yeah, I think he's written stuff that's been better since then, but Vision is still on its own amazing and makes me, like, as much as I love DC, want a little bit more Tom King Marvel. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh, he's locked in for DC at this point, right?
Yeah, he's exclusive. Jess, what did you think of Danger Street? Because that's in his words, his most underrated series.
I really liked it a lot, but I also was very familiar. This is, I mean, I always say Tom Taylor and Tom King can find the C and the D list characters and make them interesting. These are characters that only I and Tom King must know about. I knew about Lady
Cop had one DC appearance. You knew about Lady Cop?
I knew about Lady Cop. I knew about the Green Team. I knew about
the Dingbats of Danger Street.
Dingbats of Danger Street.
Okay, so yeah,
these were all like one. They would print like issue number 1. I think Green Team may have had 3 or 4 issues. I feel like Lady Cop had at least one real issue.
Lady Cop has appeared in 1 issue before Danger Street, according to Tom.
I mean, these were the obscurest of the obscure. But yeah, I enjoyed it. But I don't think you need to have. Nobody's gonna know who Lady Cop and the Green Team are, so you can go into that blind, which all of you will.
So, I think. Could you imagine trying to have read that in single issues? There's no way. So essentially what it is he wanted to challenge himself. Could he write a story with 23 characters nobody cared about? Someone as small as Lady Cop all the way up to Darkseid. And it's about how these humans interact with the gods and the gods interact with humans. And it almost comes across like a Tarantino or Wes Anderson film where there's all these different characters that you grow to care or not care about, and they all get connected in the end. And I don't think it's anywhere close to his best stuff, but it definitely should get read by more people, I think. You know?
Yeah, I had fun with it.
Dude, the scene where he has the diamond arm and then it crawls off the plane. It's what's it called? What's it?
Metamorphose.
It's Metamorpho's arm and it crawls away. Like, so basically, yeah. To set it up, Warlord and this other obscure guy, they want to join the Justice League, so they decide to summon Darkseid.
Oh, Starman.
Yeah, Starman, Blue Starman, and they decide to summon Darkseid so they can arrest him and take him into the Justice League to join the Justice League. At the same time that these random kids are driving on the dunes, and the best scene I think is when Highfather visits Darkseid, and you're like, "What's gonna happen?" And they hug each other. And you're like, you never expect those characters to hug. I feel bad putting it below B, but for regular people or people that like I didn't know who any of those characters were, you know. And I think that I want more people to read it, but it's not his best, you know.
It was a solid B for me.
Yeah, and
so am I putting it in B?
Go for it. I think we're all in agreement.
Where let's see, where are you?
Danger Street's all the way on the right on the top level.
There. Dingbats. Wow.
Yeah.
The Dingbats of Danger Street.
Yeah. Danger Street. Okay.
What have you read that you've really liked, Lou?
Okay. That Swamp Thing special. That one shot.
My God. And you
that
can't even say any. Yeah.
That one shot is perfect.
Like the twist of the ending of that. I just read that for the first time a few weeks ago. I didn't even know there was a Tom King Swamp Thing story. And it is haunting.
It's heartbreaking. The ending is heartbreaking.
Yeah. Dude, what if that's the Swamp Thing movie they're making?
I hope to God it is. Yeah, that's an S for me. That's one of that's
yes, yeah. I think so too.
That
you right, Jess?
Sorry?
You read it too?
Yeah.
Dude, that twist is a gut punch.
Yeah, I read it in the one of the winter specials.
It has a deluxe edition called Roots of Terror. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's so good, and I think it might be an extended issue. I think it's only about 30 pages. He really nails just the horror aspect of Swamp Thing. And oh my God, yeah, the revelation of the situation with that little girl, I don't want to give away too much, and everything that's going on is so good.
Yeah, that it was just done in such an interesting format. Like, it's so good.
You've read Sheriff of Babylon, Lou?
I love Sheriff of Babylon.
That's the one I haven't read.
Oh, you haven't read it?
I tried to start it, and I was like, "This is going to be so heavy."
It was very heavy.
It's getting reprinted this year, though, so I think I'll pick it up then.
A. I'm going to give it an A.
An A? Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, along with Vision.
There's a little bit more credibility to Sheriff of Babylon because he did work. He was CIA, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was he enlisted in the army and then also joined the CIA.
Yeah, so there's a lot of credibility here to that story, and I could be wrong on this. This is years ago that I've read it, but didn't I hear that he had to get some approval or some of that stuff for some of the stuff he put on the book?
I think some of it, because like he was writing about real things, but he had changed a lot of the names and things like that. I think it did need clearance.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, let's see what else. Lou, did you read Strange Adventures?
S.
What did you think about it, Jake?
I feel like it's A, but I think, and this is on me, that was one of the last series I read week to week, and then there was all kinds of like COVID delays and things like that, and I felt like every time a new issue came out, I had to reread the previous issues, and then by the time you get to the ending with what the twist was and with what the gut punch was, I feel like I was just ready for the series to have been over. When if I had read it originally in a collected edition, I think it would have landed more. But oh my God, the dual artwork in that book, and you could tell that like Tom's best when he's putting his own issues on the page, and
okay, sorry, something happened when I walked into the other room. Okay, I missed it.
Dual art was one of the coolest things I've ever seen executed in a comic book.
Mr. Gerard, Dan Mora, right? It was Dan Mora?
It was Doc Shannon and Mitch. Which bums I all three of them were at WonderCon, and I was gonna get all three of them to sign my copy, and then right when I got up, Doc went to lunch, and I
wonder if this is me.
Well, Jake, it's okay. You're only the sidekick, so you're wrong on that. It's
okay.
Just kidding, bud.
Sorry, I'm having apparently I'm having internet issues. We had huge thunderstorms. We all just blanked out there. We had a huge tornado warning here, and thunderstorms go through. So, everything's fine. But I think you just blanked out for a second.
No, I think you did. We were good.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
So I say A tier. He says S tier. Where would you put Strange Adventures, Jess? I'm open to moving it to S, but I feel like we can't have them all be S tier, you know?
Oh, there's some non-S tier stuff.
Yeah.
First of all, I like it because it upset people. Yeah. They were like, I can't believe they did my Adam Strange dirty. And I'm like, okay, so this fictional character who doesn't really exist, he wrote him in such a way that it got your emotions upset about the character. To me, that's this, and especially the way he did it. I mean, the way he built the mystery and the solving of it with Mr. Terrific and stuff, and
oh God, he writes them well.
The different aspects and the different testimonies from people who were, their viewpoint. To me, I feel like it was S tier.
Cool. I'm happy to be wrong.
Well, I don't think you're wrong. I just think you're
not grabbing the crowbar.
You're not. I got it.
Do you want me to sign that at Heroes Con?
Sign it with blood.
Like I said, it was on me. I need to read it again with it all the way collected, and it was just by the time the final issue had hit, like there had been so many. It was more me, I think.
Well, I think it hits double hard if you. It hits a lot hard if you're a parent, and if you've had to be away from your kid for an extended amount of time, and what the repercussions are, and everything like that. And it's handling a very touchy subject of the effects of war, and how being in war for a long time, how that messes you up, and how nobody really wins in war. Like nobody at the end of it actually like, yeah, that went great. Everybody kind of loses.
Yeah.
Mitch told me a cool thing when I met him at WonderCon on the Strange Adventures Deluxe Edition.
Mitch,
do you have that, buddy? No, Mitch, the artist Gerard's.
Oh.
I guess Doc was trying to build out the world of that book. So if you take the slipcase off the deluxe edition, Mitch had just drawn Doc had just drawn his own map for the fictional world, and they used it just for his own self, and they got to use that for the deluxe edition. So you take the slipcase off, there's this awesome map underneath.
What book is this?
Can you see? You're not sharing your screen anymore.
I can't see it.
Not?
No.
Oh, jeez. Sorry.
You're good.
Stop screen. Okay, let me start it again. Okay. How about now?
Okay.
Superman one.
This was a one. I mean, I didn't know how in depth you guys wanted to be. This was a Dark Crisis tie-in about a world where Superman is the only superhero, and he has Superboy, and the world seems perfect, and then you find out afterwards it's because Darkseid took over the world, but Superman agreed to not leave the planet and not fight back if he left Earth alone. So Superboy has to decide to go against his father and try to save the world. It's one issue and it's rad, but a lot of people haven't read it.
I haven't read it, so it's up to you to place it.
It can be anywhere, man. It's like a one shot, but it's such a cool concept.
If it's good, I mean, put it where you honestly think it should go.
I'd put it in C, and comparatively to the rest of his work.
Huh. Okay.
That cover's rad, though, right?
Yeah, that's what attracted my interest. That's really cool. Let's see. Lou, have you read Grayson?
I've read a little bit here and there. I never finished the whole thing.
That was with Tim Seeley, right?
Yeah. So they both wrote it. It was during the time when Nightwing's he goes undercover as a spy for Spiral, and he fights Midnighter a bunch, which was cool. It's like a spy thriller. It's fun.
I love this book. I mean, this is a solid A for me.
I would say for me, it's B. But what I liked is that you could read it not knowing there was two writers, but also if you know the two writers, you could kind of tell who wrote which issues. I felt like, if that makes any sense. They work really well together, but it also you could tell it had more than one writer.
Okay.
Yeah, put it whatever you want. I don't care.
B. There's nothing wrong with being a B.
Okay, so now you look at your B tier. Mm-hmm. Do you think Danger Street or Grayson was better?
Grayson.
Okay, then let's move Grayson up to A. That's
how. Or sometimes I need Or you move Danger Street down to C.
Yeah.
I
feel like in reality, everyone else would put Danger Street at a C, but I want it to be a B. But everybody else would put it at a C.
I thought it was. I mean, it was really well done. I'm just wondering. I mean, he made all those characters interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can make the Green Team and Lady Cop was like the star of it, and she hated it when the kids called her Lady Cop, and eventually even she called herself Lady Cop, and she was the chief of police.
Okay, so think of me reading it, Jess. I've never read The Creeper before. I've never heard of the Green Team. I've never read Warlord. I've never seen Starman. I've never seen Atlas before, the Sky guy. So it was so interesting because I had no idea who any of these people were. But like I by the end of it, I adored all those characters. Like when they're all like sitting in her, she's like, when they're all sitting in her apartment, she's like, I just need some coffee. It's too early for this shit. Like,
yeah,
so human and so good, dude. Like, she's like, I don't know. I also that issue. Who was the guy? So it was the Manhunter fighting who? These two like master assassins.
Oh,
and they're just like they're fighting, but also having a debate at the same time.
Yeah, that was really crazy interesting. I didn't recognize that character. Let's see what I don't know if
I know one of them was Manhunter.
Yeah, Manhunter was trying to take out the Green Team, and the Green Team had their own assassin, but I didn't recognize him. I can't remember.
Assassin. I think was the other person's name.
Assassin.
Yeah, Assassin was hired by the Green Team, and Manhunter was trying to kill the Green Team.
Yeah.
The Green Team, just so you know, it's a group of children billionaires. They're like oligarchies that are in charge. They're like the Illuminati, but they're kids.
Yeah. Non-ironically, back in the 70s, it was, but here they're like really they've they're really in charge of everything with all this money and with completely bad attitudes.
I can't tell if we're selling Danger Street or if you don't want to read it now, bro, but
I actually really liked it. Yeah.
And it's all narrated by the helmet of Dr. Fate in like it's a medieval story. So like that's the structure of the book. It's like told like a medieval like fairy tale narrated by the helmet. So yeah. Let's move on. I feel like I'm good with Grayson and A.
Okay. Lou, have you read One Bad Day, Riddler?
Again, another one I haven't. We could like I said, I'm a little bit short on time.
Let's do the ones that you've read first.
Book that you've read.
Okay, I got to pick up my kid in a little bit. She's at her first dance, so.
Oh, okay.
I get to be a parent.
Where are you putting Wonder Woman?
It's too early. I can't give it. I can't. It's not done, for one, and two, I've only read the first volume of it. But so far, this is actually the toughest one for me. B, but only because it's not done yet, and he's got 100 issues mapped out, and I've only read the first volume. And I've seen plenty of writers that have got 100 issues mapped out. And I'm not saying Tom King can't do it. I'm not saying he can't do 100 issues of Wonder Woman and it being amazing. But I've seen a lot of writers in the past, they get to a certain point where it's like, man, you ran out of gas with this thing about 20 issues ago. You probably should have peaked out there. Because 100 issues is a long time to keep a story going. And I love this team. I love this book so far, but I'm going to keep it as a B for right now. And I would like to revisit that some other time.
I think that I would put volume 1 as a B. I would put volume 2 at the time in C, and volume 3 makes me feel good putting the whole thing, including volume 2, in B.
In B, okay. I think I liked it more. I've only read the first 2, but volume 1 was a solid A for me.
Oh my gosh, the Make-A-Wish issue.
Oh my god.
Weird. Yeah. Maybe it's A. Could it be A?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Does that issue alone make it A tier?
I loved how it showed how she, even though she's, a goddess from Themyscira, it showed the humanity and the in the middle of all that stuff going on and all the things she's trying to juggle, she takes time out. That I thought that was a beautiful story.
And there's that amazing moment where the kid is telling her, "Hey, can I tell you something? I feel a little bit weird because I really like you as a person," or something along those lines, and I'm scared that all my friends or something like that are going to make fun of me or are going to think differently of me. I don't think it's normal. I'm paraphrasing heavily. I don't think it's really normal. What do you think? She basically goes, "I think you're just fine the way you are. And I think you're awesome the way you are." I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he's like, "Shouldn't I like Batman or Superman more?" And she's like, "Nah, man, you can like what you like." I think right now Wonder Woman for me is at B, but it could be A or it could be D by the end of it. You never know. There's still so many issues left to go, But I think all the people who dropped out in the second volume should try again with the third volume because it ties everything together.
I really like the concept of the king of the United States and how they're playing into that and how they've been influencing the thing. It's so good, but again, it's so early on that I don't want to give it anything higher
than a B.
Yeah, I loved it. I love the book, but it's not done.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
If you were rating just volume 1 on its own, is that where you would put it still as B?
No, I put it as an A.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would totally put it as an A. It's so good. I talked about it at length on Wednesday. How I think it's fantastic. It's one of the best. I think it's one of the best books that I've read this year, and it's amazing to me how much the Wonder Woman team, the entire line of Wonder Woman books, are just knocking it out of the park from the stuff that I've read so far. Absolute Wonder Woman is incredible. It's my favorite comic this year. Tom King's Wonder Woman is great. Love it. So everything.
I never thought we'd get to a point where I'd be out of the Trinity. I'd be most excited for the Wonder Woman books.
Yeah,
but that's where we're at right now, and I can't believe it.
Same.
Okay. Have anyone read? So Mr. Miracle probably are easily S tier, right?
S tier, without a doubt. Yeah.
No question on that one.
Fantastic. It might be the best thing he's ever written.
I mean, I would argue to say that if we could make an S+ tier, that'd be the one that goes on S+, But you think it's better than Supergirl?
I think so.
I think it's better for Supergirl, but Supergirl is more accessible to the masses.
It's like right there for me. I think Mr. Miracle it's a very tough book. It deals with a very difficult subject matter, and right from that first issue, you're seeing what he's dealing with, and it does not shy away from dealing with it. He took a character that was not obscure, but what would you say, just B-list? Not B-list, C-list? Mr. Miracle?
Mr. Miracle? Mm-hmm. I think he's been around long enough, and I think he's probably a B-list.
Okay. Yeah, he's not completely unknown. He's probably more of a B-list character who... Was he always... So you've read the older Mr. Miracle stuff, and I haven't read much of it. Was he kind of goofy back in the day?
Oberon was goofy.
Yeah, he was serious back in the beginning of New Gods.
Yeah,
but I feel like right in the beginning of Jack Kirby's New Gods, he was serious. All those things were serious. But I feel like
I don't know if the Tomorrow people were serious or Jimmy Olsen. But Orion and Mr. Miracle were. But I feel like Jimmy Olsen, when Don Rickles shows up, like that wasn't that.
Yeah, I still struggle with that one. You're right. But then I feel like there's a period in the 80s or 90s where he became kind of, maybe is when he was in no, it was sort of, became sort of like Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, kind of a yuckster.
Which I don't think is the way he was originally written,
No.
But I want to show you, Lou. This is what Mitch drew in my absolute.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that amazing?
Awesome. That's just awesome.
So this is my most treasured book now.
Yeah. He's a character that when you look at his backstory is deeply messed up, and Tom King really mined that for this run. I love the relationship he has with Big Barda in this. I think it's awesome.
I think Big Barda is probably more well known and popular than he is.
I would agree. I love the relationship he has in this. They deal with a lot of subject matter that's difficult as a couple, and he doesn't shy away from the tough stuff. Without giving too much away, he really dives headfirst into some really difficult subject matter. Not only that, the charcuterie tray with is it celery? I love that ending.
It's a veggie tray. That was my icebreaker when I interviewed Tom for the first time. Was I bought a veggie tray and I pulled it out. And it took him a second to realize what I had done, and then he got it. He was like, "Nice prop comedy. What a really great first impression."
I love the dark side is all that stuff. Oh my god, it's so good.
Dude, I do like when Orion's depressed in Danger Street and he's wearing the Dark Side Is t-shirt also.
Yeah.
He's pouring beer on his mother box.
That's really funny.
I love the way Mitch Gerards draws Big Barda. She's actually taller and more muscular than Mr. There's a very clear distinction between the two in personality and how they handle heroics and everything. Love it.
Okay, so have anyone read Love Everlasting, which I think is one of the best, if not like one of the best things he's ever written, and it's getting a movie already.
What is this?
I have it, but I haven't read it yet.
Love Everlasting is his take on romance comics. The artist, we should Google her name because I don't want to butcher it. The artist is like the best parts of Darwin Cook with the best parts of Bruce Timm. Unbelievable art. But basically, the first volume, every issue, the girl, she wakes up in a different time period, in a different love story with a different person. And if she falls in love, a cowboy murders her and tells her love is everlasting. And she wakes up in a different time period. Like, so now she's in the Old West. Now she's in she's running like a moonshining business, in the speakeasy. Now she's in the future. And she tries to find different ways to get out of this weird purgatory, Groundhog Day situation she's trapped in. And the second volume goes from episodic stories to one overarching story. And it's just so cool. And it's getting a movie by Sony that he's writing.
So it's like Quantum Leap, but if Ziggy was a murdering cowboy.
Yeah.
Ziggy, what a good pull. So
I don't want to,
I haven't read this either, but I have it. But so it's up to you to rank it.
I would say A for now.
Okay.
Just because I'm only 2 trays in. But it's so good. The second volume is, I referenced when a Rick and Morty episode, but he said what they both were referencing was the Star Trek episode where he lives a whole life. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's
oh yeah.
So the second volume is referenced off that.
Next Generation.
Yeah. She's like, what if it shows a whole life from beginning to end. It's so good. That one and Omega Man are the two that I want more in Danger Street. Those are the three that I love the most, I think. Have you guys read Omega Man?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones I read.
That is an A for me. I love the story. I love the fact that it's Kyle Rayner, and it's a Kyle Rayner focused story. We don't get that much Kyle. Yeah. Well, I haven't read much Kyle in the last few years. Man, it's good. But I do. Here's the thing. I do feel the ending was rushed. I feel like it was a bit rushed.
I would say you could argue that the ending was the opposite. It was delayed because it was canceled so many times that, you know what I mean? We're just happy that we finally got an ending. You know what I mean? Because I think it was originally canceled after the second or third issue. But
it was
the fan.
Yeah. For that, the book kept getting brought back. And
it's the community. It's the community of comic books.
Oh my god, yeah.
But that when you finally get the twist on because the whole thing is are they rebels or are they terrorists, and you don't know. And when you finally get an answer, it's just striking and the coolest Kyle Rayner page of all time, right? Where he's it's the 9-panel grid of Kyle Rayner and he's flying and it's the different colors of the lantern. really.
Oh, dude,
really
it's
cool.
been. I haven't read that book since it came out.
Yeah,
you're telling me all this stuff.
I remember I loved it.
I remember I loved it, and I haven't read it since it first came out in trade paperback.
Yeah, I still have mine in trade paperback.
I got the deluxe on a really good deal recently. That one's the one I've read most recent because that was the one I could never get because it was out of print for so long.
So where does it? The deluxe?
Yeah, I would.
Where's it belong?
You think B?
I think B.
Okay.
I remember really loving the hell out of this book, but I also remember, I remember thinking the ending felt a little bit rushed for me, and that's just because of literally the book kept getting canceled and brought back, and I think Tom at the end was just like, I need to fucking put out an ending to this because I don't know how much longer I got.
As much as I love Danger Street, I almost feel at that point we should move Danger Street to C because I think Omega Men is better than Danger Street. Do you, from what you remember, Jess, do you remember one being better than the other?
I suffer from recency bias. I just got done with Danger Street, but I remember that summer when Omega Men, Vision, and Sheriff of Babylon all came out, and we were like, "Who the f is Tom King?" And why are these books so great?
Yep.
So I have no problem.
Okay.
I mean, I love Danger Street, but I don't know that everybody get the biggest kick out of it.
What if we keep Danger Street in B? We move Omega Men to A and move Grayson to B because I feel like Omega Men's better than Grayson.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that.
I feel better about this tier list right now.
Okay. Lou, what else have you read here? Have you read Gotham City? Year one?
No, but I did read Human Target.
That was your book of the year last year or art of the year?
Yeah, it was one of my top 2 books of the year last year.
No, I think Lou picked it for art of the year, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Human Target's an A. Human Target's
I'm excited for the deluxe because it's going to include I guess he did 3 one-off stories called Tales of the Human Target that weren't collected in the standard size hardcovers. So so that's going to be in the deluxe. They're still deciding on if it's going to be in the middle or at the end of the deluxe edition.
I would argue I think this is S tier.
The art on this book alone would just puts to shame a lot of other guys that are doing art right now. It's so good.
But can we see our S and A tier again? I want to see what if I still feel.
Yeah, I mean he made me care about Ice from Fire and Ice, and Guy Gardner still being the mopey ex-boyfriend and ready to beat up the Human Target.
That scene when he drives up in the convertible made out of Green Lantern, or like when you find out how he used his smarts to like beat Green Lantern in a fight,
right?
Like, so good. Yeah, I mean, I would say maybe A tier, but if you guys both think S tier, I'm happy to agree. I feel like it's A+ tier. If there was an A+ category, I'd put it there.
Let's put it in S for now, and we can change it.
I feel it's weird because I feel like it's better than all the ones in A tier, but I don't know if it's as good as Supergirl and Mr. Miracle.
I love the concept. I love the concept that there's kind of a ticking time clock on his life. Then he's been poisoned, and he's trying to figure out what the hell happened. How did I get here?
Yeah, the whole concept of like your suspect is anyone who would want Lex Luthor to die, and it's like that's like 1,000 million people. But yeah, that deluxe edition is awesome, and I'm really excited to read it again because that art screams to be seen in a bigger size.
All right, guys, I gotta get going because we gotta pick up the little one soon.
Okay, well, Jake and I
great hanging with you again, man. Thanks for having me on the show. Always a pleasure.
I gotta pick up the big one soon. She's first dance. We're gonna see how that went. She was really nervous, but she's fine. So, love y'all. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, Lou.
Take care.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's highlight Mike's comment at 6:37. Yeah. So are you saying that like we can move them like whatever's on the right is like our low version of B, or is that what you're saying? Because I mean, I don't have editing access to this. I can't add categories, but I think it's okay to move things down in reference to other books, because sometimes you don't know until you see them all lined up next to each other.
Yeah.
You know, like I think most people would give Danger Street a C, but I personally, to me, I think it's a B, and I think Jess feels the same way.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. Is there any on here that you haven't read? Because we can just skip them. Animal Pound, I know you should never read.
No, okay, good, because I have no intention of reading it.
I think I told you never to read it.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. I haven't read Penguin or Killing Time yet.
Which is funny because those are sequels to each other.
Oh, Killing Time is Penguin's a sequel to Killing Time?
Yeah. So
yeah, I think you told me that.
I haven't read Batwoman. I haven't finished. Oh, it's been so long. I don't think I finished it. Batman Catwoman. I haven't read that, and I haven't read Jenny Sparks.
I haven't read Jenny Sparks either. Have you read? Is Black Canary out in a collected edition yet?
The collected edition is coming out soon. That to me is high A tier.
Oh,
for sure.
Good. Oh,
it is, dude. So basically, the whole thing is this: Black Canary is, her mom is sick with cancer and she's dying. Vandal Savage says, if you take a fall in a fight with Lady Shiva on national television, I'll cure your mom. And the whole book is like goes between the fight with Lady Shiva and flashbacks of her training with her mom. And you don't know what she's gonna do, because like her mom like wants her to win the fight more than anything. It's amazing, dude. It is amazing.
Is it ongoing or just a
6 issues? It's done. All one artist. Ryan Sook does the whole art.
Okay. Good.
It is awesome, dude. And it like it like crushed me. It made me inspired. Let me show you a panel from it, like 2 panels from it that I love. I'll send them to you afterwards. But yeah, Black Canary, dude, that's one of the best things he's written in forever. That and Love Everlasting are the 2 you should read next.
Okay, yeah, I have Love Everlasting pulled already. Okay, left is high, right side is low, says Mike. Okay.
Okay, then I guess move Danger Street to the right side of Grayson.
Danger Street. So this is low and this is high. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Then I would move Mr. Miracle all the way to the left. Okay.
Okay.
Feel good about that.
I can't wait to read Black Canary. That sounds awesome.
How much did you like Up in the Sky? Because everyone knows my thoughts on it.
That is S plus tier.
Okay, so you liked it as much as me.
Sorry?
You liked it as much as, to me, that's my favorite Superman story of all time. Like
I'm pretty close to being with you. I think so too.
Okay, so we'll move that to S tier.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
I would put it on our list. I would put it next on the left of Swamp Thing. I would still say for the masses, Supergirl and Mr. Miracle are probably better, but because of how much I personally love Superman, like it's my favorite Tom King thing that I've ever read.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. I haven't read Killing Time or Penguin, so I'll have to, or Animal Pound or Jenny Sparks.
Where do you rank his Batman run? Because there are parts of that Batman run that are S plus. There are parts that I'd give like C or D. But where do you rank as a whole?
I think I would give it a B.
I think that's fair.
I agree that there's S's and that there's C's. So I think a B is where I would rank, because there's some of my favorite Batman stories ever in that book. In that run.
One of my favorite arcs is the Cold Days arc, where it was like 10 Angry Men, but it's Batman, it's Mr. Freeze that's on trial. Do you remember that one?
Right.
That was so good, dude.
Yeah.
So
that's a B.
I would put it all the way to the left of B though. Like to me, it's a high B. Like it's better than all the other ones there.
Wait, why is it? Wonder Woman doesn't want to give up her spot.
Maybe move Wonder Woman to the side.
There we go. Okay.
Now I feel weird with Danger Street and Batman on the same level. Do you feel that, or do you have too much recency bias?
Oh. Well, I like that this is a high B for Batman.
Got it. Okay.
It's a low B. So I'm okay with that.
Hey man, I'm gonna send you a private chat really fast. Can you look at it right now?
Okay. Just a sec. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Here's a compliment for you, Jake. I loved you sharing the panels with Tom during the interviews. It was great to hear him expound on how much story is being told in each panel with words and art. Great job.
Oh, thank you. That's something I started doing in creator interviews because it's easier than having to think of questions. Is I pull some panels that really mean something to me and I have them give me some sort of extra context or some story that we might not know behind the scenes.
Yeah. Okay, what we have. How about Riddler One Bad Day?
What did you like better, Riddler or Winning Card? The Brave and the Batman one.
Oh, I don't think I've read that one yet.
Oh, okay.
I think that this Riddler one is the best Riddler story I've ever read.
It's the only story of the Riddler I've ever cared about.
Yeah.
But to me, I just don't want this to be boring. I feel like it's boring if everything's A tier. I would argue that
he's written a lot of A tier books.
I know, but okay, scroll up to our A tier list. Is Riddler as good as Vision, as Love Everlasting, Omega Man? Arguably, yes. I adore that story.
It's the best Riddler story ever. I would have to say
it's A tier.
Yeah. I mean, it's not his fault. We think his books are great and all his writing's great. So and I don't know where you want to put it in. We can leave it there.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I haven't read Killing Time and Penguin, so I'm going to have to rely on you for those. And Animal Pound.
I would put Killing Time and Penguin at C. Okay. Not because they're not good, but just because in comparatively to the rest of his work. Apparently, though, the basketball player, who's the basketball player? Lamar Odom? Is that the basketball player?
I have heard of him that he plays basketball.
He would put Killing Time at S tier.
Oh, he would?
Yeah, that was one of his highlights, was that he loved that book.
I've read, I've heard a lot of viewers saying how much they love. Oh, maybe it was the Penguin TV show, which I still haven't seen.
The Penguin TV show is good.
And this takes place right after it. The Penguin.
No,
it's the Penguin TV show that is right after the Battinson run.
Yeah. Okay. Have you read Helen yet?
Yeah, I just got done with it.
Where do you put that in relation? I would say the art is better than Supergirl, but the Supergirl story is better than Helen.
Oh, I agree with that.
I would say that if we get more Helen stories as a whole, Helen might go higher, but I just think that we didn't see as much of her story as I wanted to in those 6 issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Me, it was B.
Yeah, I think B is good for that. Dude, the art, though, man. The art takes it to a whole other level.
Yeah. I think this is a good list.
Can we move Helen like maybe to the left, right to the right of Batman? Like it's better than Wonder Woman, it's better than Grayson, but I don't think it's. I would put his Batman run a little bit higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to tell me where to put Animal Pound.
I think we just don't vote on that. There's no way to make anybody happy.
Okay.
That is like, it is too heavy. It's too political. Have you read Rorschach?
Yeah. To me, that was kind of a C.
Rorschach is the one that I didn't get, but it felt like seeing, but I knew it was me. It was my fault, if that makes any sense. Like all the references to like all those creators, all the inside jokes, all the stuff on like I feel like if I had read a few Wikipedia pages or watched a YouTube video and then reread it, it would be higher on my list. And I even told him that. I was like, dude, like, what do I need to research to like, you know, the seance of like those creators actually did together? Like, yeah, it's, I put it at C, and I know that it's on me, you know.
Well, I feel the same way. There was a lot of
inside
weird
baseball.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. Let's see. Jenny Sparks, I bet is great, but I also don't know. Gotham City, that was one of my books of the year.
Jenny Sparks came out came out this week.
Oh, it did? Oh, I must have ordered it. Oh yeah, I did order it. Okay. I ordered it Tuesday.
I woke up one time after the first issue of Jenny Sparks came out from an essay from our friend Gianni. We were on his podcast together about how he hated Jenny Sparks and thought it was the worst thing that he's ever read and blah blah. It was like 6 paragraphs long. I looked at it and go, I'm going back to sleep. And I just like gave it a thumbs up, bro. I was like, I'm gonna wait until it's done. I'm gonna read it, you know, and I know now not to judge Tom King stories until they're all collected.
Yeah. That's a good point.
The whole concept of it, you know, the plot of it, like the elevator pitch of the book.
I mean, I know Jenny Sparks.
So she's the spirit of the 20th century, right?
Yeah.
She comes back. She comes back after 9/11 because her work's not done. And America still needs protecting. So that alone, I could understand how that could ruffle some people's feathers, you know?
Okay.
Because the whole concept of her character is that she's the spirit of the 20th century. And does it take away her ending and authority? I don't think it does.
Oh, okay. Because she popped up in the 21st century.
Yeah. But she popped up in the 21st century because something so tragic happened that she felt like her work wasn't done. So I don't know anything other than that. I haven't read it. I'm going to read it probably tonight or tomorrow. It was like on my desk all day long, and husband duties kept popping up and work duties kept popping up.
Holy smoke. Yeah. Speaking of duties, let me quickly talk about instocktrades.com.
Yeah. Where did you buy Jenny Sparks from?
I bought it from instocktrades.com, and I got it like 44% off or 50% off or something. I think it might have been 50%. You can get your collected editions from 30% and sometimes up all the way up to 60%, 70% in their sales. At the starting in what month is this? Starting in June, we're going to go back to giving away the gift card on the last Monday of the month. So we will be giving away a $50 gift card courtesy of instocktrades.com the last Monday of the month. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the United States, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's instocktrades.com.
Okay, so did you read Batman Elmer Fudd?
Yeah, I love that book.
That one is rad. Did you get the deluxe?
No, I didn't. I felt because it was so
deal of the week on IST. That means it's practically free. I think it was $11 when it was deal of the week.
Okay. Well, I felt fine just having in DC meets Looney Tunes. But
Okay.
I love that story. To me it's an A.
Yeah.
And you could talk me into something higher.
What's cool about the deluxe edition, I'll show you right now, is you get 2 colorings of it. So I would put, hey, did you see my chat, man?
Yeah, just a sec. I thought I took care of that.
So I'll show you this. If you think it was good with color, wait till you see this. The black and white comes with the noir version.
Oh, that's in the deluxe?
Mm-hmm. And apparently the best part of this book, dude, the deluxe edition, is the new foreword that he wrote, right? This pitch started, he says, because he told a lame joke to Tinian, and Dan Didio was like, write it. So he goes, hold on, it started as a joke and not a funny one. And he cracked a joke. He was like, imagine, like, he makes a joke about Elmer Fudd hunting Batman, and Dan Didio goes, write it. And the whole point was that, like, so when Lee Week starts drawing it, he starts drawing Looney Tunes characters, and then Tom had to correct him, and he goes, no, we're not in the Looney Tunes world. The Looney Tunes characters are in our world. So if you look at this panel right here, when they go to the bar together, Lee snuck in, I'm gonna pull it up right now. He snuck in a Looney Tunes character as a joke because he had, so if you look here at the is this the one of the big bar scene?
Yeah.
There's a Looney Tunes character snuck in there because that's what Lee had started drawing before he realized they were supposed to be human characters. So there's a little hidden there in the crowd as an inside joke. But dude, and the ending of it when they're like all ordering shots of carrot juice together, so good, man. Yeah, I'd put it at B or A. It's great.
As what?
I'd put it at B or A. Either one's fine with me.
B or A, okay. Okay, B.
And then I would put, you haven't read it, but I would put Winning Card one level below Riddler. It's same vibe, same writer and artist. Sometimes if I read Winning Card more recently, I like it more than Riddler. Then if I read Riddler, I like it more than Winning Card. But I suffer from recency bias too.
So where am I putting it?
Either B or C. I'm fine with either.
Okay, it's a Riddler story?
No. It's the same team as Riddler. So it's Tom and Mitch again. It's a retelling of Joker's origin, and it is rad, dude.
Okay.
Heroes in Crisis, are we putting that at the Golden Abrams? Did you hate it as much as everybody else?
Yeah. And I don't blame him. I think it was marketing.
I think it was editorial, dude.
Editorial is what I meant.
Yeah. Because like there were moments in that book that were awesome, you know. But yeah. I don't think he wanted to tell a story about heroes who had emotional scars, and they didn't let him tell that story.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame him at all for those.
I wouldn't put, as much as I love Gotham City, I think it's A tier, not S tier.
Okay.
But I think if you look at the S tier ones, yeah, it's high A tier.
So it would go like over here.
Yeah.
Like our highest A tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then Batman Catwoman.
I haven't read it, so I'm up to whatever you want.
I haven't read it either.
Okay. So there we go. That is our Tom King tier list. Now we look at it. Is there anything, now that you look at the whole list, is there anything that you think should be bumped up or bumped down? Is it bad that I feel like the two low ones are Batman and Helen, but I don't know if I'd give them A tier.
Wait, I'm sorry,
Batman Rebirth and Helen of Windhorn. But I guess we have to have some things in B tier. Not everything can be A.
I mean, Rebirth was a solid A in some, a solid S in some, but then it was kind of a C in some also. So I think high B is pretty good for almost 85 issues. That was because there's some people out there that genuinely dislike it, and I genuinely like it. So
I feel like we should save. I think you can print or export the list. I want to see your thoughts after you've read Black Canary and Love Everlasting, because you're gonna dig both of those stories, dude.
Okay. What do I do? Save or download?
Yeah, save or download. And then
log in to save your tier list. Log in to save your tier list to your profile. I don't have.
No, just click download image.
Oh, all right.
Oh, well, it doesn't let you. Oh, well. Oh, there you go. Downloaded. There we go. You're good.
Okay. Saves lists to your account.
Chat, let us know, though. Is there anything that you think we were crazy on? Anything that you thought we were too high, too low? Does let us go again? Can you click no thanks? That way we go back to the list. Right below.
Yeah, no thanks.
And now let's scroll down and chat. What do you think? Is it bad that I just, like, for my own gratification, want to move Rorschach to a D because I didn't get it? I know it's not a D.
I don't know though. It was pretty weird. It was like I probably wouldn't have a problem putting it at a D.
You know how much I love Tom King. You know how much I love Watchmen milking. You know what I mean? Like when they milk Watchmen's corpse, and I didn't get it. Like Frank Miller's a character, and he has regret about what he did to pirates. Like it's like inside jokes and layers and all these weird things. That's another one where we need Taylor to sit us down for 45 minutes and explain the references to us, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like if I need somebody to explain things to me, is that book really enjoyable to me?
Okay, Philip, if we move Omega Men up, which one would you move down? Because I would move a Human Target to the top of A tier and move Omega Men to the bottom of S tier. And that would be basically my list. But I know how much Lou loves Human Target, you know.
And I do too.
Omega Men, I think, had more to say about what he's been through. Chatter saying Omega Men is S tier.
Oh.
What's up, Vanessa?
Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? They're all good, but Omega Men is my fave. I haven't read Omega Men since it came out, and I just remember loving it, but I'm happy to put it higher.
But if we put it higher, is there one we should move down to A tier? Or is it okay to have that many S tier?
It's Tom King, dude. Yeah. Okay. He writes S tier.
Just put it up there at the end. I personally would swap Helena and Black Canary. Okay. Helena was super good. Is Helen too low?
Helen, where is she? Here on high B?
Yeah, it's high B. It's not even, it's like, we can move it to the highest of B.
And wait, am I moving Omega Men to S?
Omega Men should go to S. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But here's the thing. Are we ranking the overall thing? Because I think Helen, like, to me, more than a Helen Absolute, give me a Helen Artist Edition. Like, like it could have no words in it and just the art, and I'd be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She did a good job of getting his words onto paper, just creating the world from his script.
Kato, have you read Penguin? Because the help returns in Penguin. It's not Tom's fault that he's all an S tier writer.
Yeah, let's not hold it against him.
Human Target, Philip says, Human Target was great, but it's lower on my list.
Well, okay.
But it's not, yeah, it's you know. I feel good about this list. Do you?
Yeah, wait, what's Vanessa? I don't understand why nothing Batman is above B tier.
Batman, I would say Gotham City Year One's Batman.
Yeah. And this is Rebirth is high B.
Yeah.
And Batman's in Riddler a lot because he's just as interesting eventually as Riddler starts out to be.
I think for you, Jess, when you read Batman Winning Card, it's going to be A tier for you.
Really?
As much as you hate the Joker, the way they make the Joker not be obnoxious in that book and be more of like Pennywise the Clown, like Mitch, like Joker doesn't speak in this book. When he speaks, it's like, do you remember movies from before your time that were like silent film where they have like when the Joker, have you seen how the Joker talks in this? Let me show you. So when Joker talks, it's like a silent movie, and everything's black, and it's just the words. The Joker is like, it was one of the. Let me see if I can find one of him talking. Here, look at this open image in new tab. Look at how good this art is, dude. I'll put it in the private chat, and I'll send you a shorter link.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Right?
Okay, let me share that for a second. And I'll go back to it if we need to. And who's the artist there?
It's Michigan.
Okay. Let me make that a little bigger so you can really. Whoop! That's a little too big.
Enhance. It's awesome, dude. It's haunting.
Okay, I have all Tom King books in a big pile that I haven't read yet. So I think Lou was surprised, and I thought he might be, how many Tom King books there are.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do too much on this, but I hope that it made it fun. I hope it wasn't like overwhelming, because you feel like you've read a lot of of a writer, and then you're like, nope, there's so much, dude.
Yeah, I do agree with the S tier. I guess I should finally read Omega Men. What do you think the distribution would look like if you ranked just these books against each other?
I think we kind of did. Like
I feel like we did, yeah.
Like we didn't just put them where we felt like they would be. We also ranked them where they'd be at that letter tier.
Yeah, let me put it back up. This is the first time I've ever put one of these together.
They're fun, right?
Yeah, this was great. I really enjoyed it.
Remember I told you that my wife said it was possibly it could have been taken rude that I invited myself on your show and changed the format. It was actually my friend Mike that asked me if I was being rude, but I didn't know how to say my friend thought I was being rude. But he took a shower and he was like, "Hey man, I had a shower thought. Was it rude that you invited yourself onto a show and then changed the format?" And I was like, "No, it's OmniBros, man. We eat milkshakes and Taco Bell." You know, it's they're cool with it. I think, right? But
I thought I already answered that in our chat.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, you did. You did. But now the chat can decide. Am I rude? No.
I like that you changed the format, that we went to this. This is much better.
I think it makes it more visual because you need to see them next to each other to like figure out where you would rank them. I need to read Sheriff of Babylon and Ginny Sparks. Which one are you gonna read next?
Oh, let me look. I think Love Everlasting and the Brave and the Bold one.
Love Everlasting is so good, dude.
Yeah. Love Everlasting and the Brave and the Bold. Otherwise, I feel like and when Black Canary comes out, I'll read that.
And man, I'm gonna teach you how to get a pop-up blocker on after this.
Okay.
Jake equals rude, therefore crowbar Jake. Yeah, dude, Swamp Thing, the twist in Swamp Thing had my jaw drop. And Love Everlasting, dude, you know what he said? He said the third trade paperback was supposed to have already been out, but he didn't sign some paperwork in time, so it didn't release.
Oh, for Love Everlasting?
Yeah. But after the third volume comes out, we'll get a deluxe edition, and then there'll be a pause for a few years because have you seen? Can I show you the art in Love Everlasting really fast before we're done?
Yeah,
dude, it's Tell me this isn't like Darwin Cook meets Bruce Timm.
Wait, what am I looking at? Oh, the art in Love Everlasting.
The art for Love Everlasting. Which was such. Wow, that's like so low quality.
Yeah, we're sad you missed it too, Vanessa, but you can always watch it on the replay.
Look at this art, dude. Tell me this art isn't so timeless and so perfect for a Quantum Leap romance novel.
Oh. Wow, and the colors too.
Right?
Yeah, just a sec. I will share this. That does look Darwin Cookish.
Yeah, I'll show you one more too.
Oh, and that's right. She time jumps. That's so interesting.
So show that page and then show this one afterwards. Like, to think the fact that out of all of his stuff, this got fast tracked as a movie, like, should tell you something, dude.
Yeah.
Look at it. She's been killed by that cowboy so many times. She's like, just do it, you know? Like, she doesn't even care anymore. She knows she's going to reappear in a different time period, in a different love.
That's amazing. So it's kind of like Groundhog Day or meets Quantum Leap.
Yeah, but about romance comics.
I want to read that next. That's what I'm reading next.
So what I'll say is the first volume, very episodic. The second volume, all one time period, done as an homage to the Star Trek episode where the guy lives a whole life.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to just get even better from there, but we don't have a third trade yet.
This is a good question. Has your whole S tier been released in deluxe or better? Let's
go back to it. Yeah.
See. Good question.
Because I just got a killer deal on some lightly used Tom King deluxe editions the other day. So Mr. Miracle, Absolute, Supergirl, Deluxe, Up in the Sky, Deluxe, Swamp Thing, Deluxe, Strange Adventures, Deluxe, Human Target is getting a Deluxe, Omega Men, Deluxe.
Out of print deluxe, right?
I
think it's
Swamp Thing is out of print, but you can find it used for like $20.
Oh, it has its own deluxe. I have it in the all winter special or whatever.
Here, I'll show you what I have.
Okay, wait, where'd you go? Here you are. Where is that? Now I need to find that. What did you? Wait a minute. What's the Swamp Thing one in again?
It's called Roots of Terror, the deluxe edition.
Roots of Terror. Okay. All right.
So
let me check in here just real quick. Because that sounds familiar. Where are you, Swamp Thing? Okay, I'm not finding it. That sounds familiar, though.
So what's collected in this is you get Tom King's and Jason Fabuk's Swamp Thing story, and then you get a Brian Azzarello and Greg Capullo Swamp Thing story. This one I haven't read yet, but I'm excited. You get a Mark Russell Swamp Thing story.
That's cool.
Tells the story of love gained and lost for Swamp Thing in harp-shaped box. You get a Tim Seeley one, comes The Spread, a horrifying tale of Swamp Thing in the face of an experiment go wrong. And then you get Spring Awakening, the final story from Lynn Wein, co-creator of Swamp Thing, with Kelly Jones on art. So it's just a deluxe edition that has like 4 or 5 one-off Eisner-nominated Swamp Thing stories.
Wait, is it called New Roots?
No, it's called Roots of Terror, the deluxe edition.
All right, Roots of Terror.
I think he wrote 1 issue.
Okay, Roots.
Look at this art, though.
Wait, let me highlight you. Oh yeah, I remember this stuff.
And then this is what the deluxe edition looks like.
Roots of Terror. I have that book. Where the hell are you?
I'm telling you, if you don't have this book, it's on eBay for like $20 used. It is worth it.
All right, here it is. It was up with my other. Whoop.
There's too much meat. Get me out of here.
There it is.
There we go. Yeah, dude, this deluxe.
Was up with my deluxe books, and I just couldn't see it. Okay, now we're talking. Yeah, this is solid. I'm glad I got this.
When I was reading Danger Street, I was like, this is a book written for Jess Bragg. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that, like, isn't it like Tom King doing like a Wes Anderson film of like a bunch of random characters that are loosely connected? Yeah. And I'm like, this was written. I was like, I guarantee you that like now I'm going to joke, like, give me the first appearance of Lady Cop. And Jess is like, I have that. Yeah. I have that slab somewhere.
I can almost guarantee before King did his research, I knew more about Lady Cop and the Green Team than he did. I just there's just no way.
Well,
he had to. I had to be one of 2 people to buy that first issue of Lady Cop or whatever, and the Dingbats thing and the Green Team. What I don't even know what I was thinking, but I bought them and read them. So, what?
Yeah. He's a DC nut, man. He said that he wrote Riddler as like, how could Riddler be stopped if Riddler knew everything about the DC continuity that Tom King knew about DC continuity, and there's no stopping Riddler if he knew that much.
Yeah. How many issues of Swamp Thing did Tom King write?
I believe just the 1.
Okay, I think that's right too.
Yeah, Love Everlasting, you're gonna love, dude. But you definitely you'll enjoy the first one with its episodic tale, but then the second one is like, oh my god.
Okay, good. I have those all there with Batman, Catwoman. I still have them all in a big stack in.
Hot take. I'm not reading Batman, Catwoman until the Omni comes out. I just I don't know why, but there's always been a block for me on that specific story.
And that's wait, wouldn't that be in? Well, wait, the first 3 are going to be in an Omni. The first 3 deluxes, I would assume, then the second 3.
So there is an Excel spreadsheet, but I want to see if I can get access to it. But there'll be, I think there's supposed to be 3 Omnis because they're going to collect everything Batman that he's done. So they're going to collect Killing Time. They're going to collect Riddler, One Bad Day. I don't think it's going to collect Gotham City, but it's going to collect the winning card. It's going to collect Batman Elmer Fudd. So it is going to have the button crossover. The Night of the Monster Man crossover. It's not gonna have like the lead-ins to the wedding that he didn't write.
Okay.
But I think, and it's gonna. The thing is, it's crazy. So he's still writing another Batman story, and that'll be in the 3rd Omni. That'll be the last story in the 3rd Omni, but that hasn't come out yet.
Wait, he's writing a new story that's going to appear in the Omni to make me buy the Omni?
In the 3rd Omni, there'll be a new story.
Fuck that. Come on, man.
It's supposed to be like his final Batman story, but I think it's going to be like his version of like Born Again or Dark Knight Returns or something like that. Like his ultimate Batman story of like an older Batman. But I don't know anything other than that. Okay.
That's cool. When that Omni comes out, you will be able to get it at instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from 30% up to 60 or 70% sometimes, and depending on the sale. Don't forget that 2% loyalty discount that you toss in there. $50 gift card is going to be given away in June. We're starting to give it away again at the last Monday of the month. $50 worth of credit at In-Stock Trades. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this was nice having you here, Mike. Thanks for being here. And everybody, thank you for being here. Jake, is there anything?
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, you have. Let's see. I wait. Is today Friday? Tomorrow is Saturday. Okay, tomorrow. I've worked my schedule around you, so go ahead and tell people what you have at 4:00 on Saturday.
Nah, I don't need that, man. I'm just happy to be here and talk with a friend. I don't need to publicize anything.
Okay.
I'm just grateful to hear to talk comics with a friend and about a writer that I love so dearly.
Thanks, Matt, for being here. Okay, that's cool. But he has a show tomorrow at 4. So Google Jake and 4:00 Saturday and
the Brave and the Boys.
Tabatby, yeah.
The Tabataba. We're on the road to 11,000.
Nice. And I have shows tomorrow at 2:00 and 5:00. I have a twofer tomorrow. Oofa.
So we will make sure to not dilly-daddle.
So, so yeah, tune in tomorrow, OmniDog's Vault at 2:00 and 5:00 Eastern Standard Time. So peace and love, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Jake, for this idea. And thank you for appearing on the show. And peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, thank you for staying up, Belgian Ellen. I know it's late there. Thank you. So peace and love. Peace and love. And we will catch you again on Monday.